His fake name is Ma'moon because neither he nor his family members would reveal their identities. They fled from the Syrian town of Dar'a 4 months ago, having lived through the government's violent crackdown. They've rented a modest home in Ramtha and say they will not return to their country until President Bashar al-Assad is no longer in power.
At this rate, no one will return. The regime is a big lie. Now they're talking about a national dialogue? These are regime loyalists and liars who are paid to open this bogus dialogue. First, remove your tanks and security forces and allow people to protest. There will be no dialogue with tanks on the ground and people getting killed and arrested.
Looking at his hometown Dar'a from a vantage point in Ramtha, Ayman al-Aswad is not afraid to reveal his identity. He's a wanted Syrian political activist who fled in fear of persecution. He believes Assad will be toppled in a maximum of 3 months and shuns claims that the Syrian uprising was instigated by external powers.
I tell those who claim the US is conspiring against Syria in order to break its ties with Iran and Hezbollah that this has always been a Syrian demand before it was ever an American preference. Syrians oppose their country's disconnect with its Arab neighbours and its jump into Iran's lap instead.
People here say the bonds between the border towns of Ramtha and Dar'a are unbreakable. The only barrier between them is the border crossing, now only open for transporting goods. But the Jordanian authorities do not deport wanted Syrians who cross into their country illegally. Instead, they keep them in a separate building, and the Jordanian government provides security to prevent Assad's loyalists from tracking them down. And they warn the Syrian immigrants not to speak to the media. The Jordanian authorities say Syrian citizens who have fled to Jordan, whether legally or not, are classified as guests, not as refugees. Many people here in Ramtha feel that a media blackout has been imposed on the issue of Syrian refugees as Jordan tries to shy away from an escalation with Syria. The relationship between the governments of Jordan and Syria has been distrustful and tense for a long time. But Jordan is hoping its sympathetic and secretive handling of the refugee crisis will help keep it out of the Syrian conflict. Nisreen El-Shamayleh, Jazeera, Ramtha.